Hey guys, I'm S. Stan Wolf. Thank you for swinging by the channel real quick and checking this out with me. If you've been around for a while, you know I have talked about wanting to get the Prime 1 Studio 1/4 scale Sauron from Lord of the Rings, and they had their showcase. This is actually part 2 that they just released a couple days ago, and I'm not a master collector, not even like a rookie scale statue collector, but I think I want to start off this adventure with a bang. And like I said, I've really been looking forward to getting my hands on that Sauron. They only made, I believe, 800 of them. And eBay is absolutely crazy right now. They want, like, the cheapest one I see is like $1,800. Most of them are like $2,400. But there's a studio, it's actually based in the United States. Prime 1 is based out of Japan. And they have one for like $15.99-ish, I believe. And I believe it ships from Utah. So it would be here in the United States. It wouldn't take like 4 or 5 months to get here. Shout out to the Cyber Hobbit, because he did an unboxing and was one of the ones that made me want to actually pursue trying to get this Sauron statue. And he said, I saw that he put in one of the comments that it took almost 4.5 months from ordering it from Prime 1. So I believe he ordered it directly from Japan, and took 4.5 months for him to get it. And even on the website, GFX talks about they get it to you much faster if you're in North America. So I think that may be the route I want to go. And plus, it's not as creepy as eBay, as far as like maybe something showing up chipped, or like Sauron's arm is broken off or glued back together or something weird. One of the eBay listings said one of the fingers was cracked and the guy glued it back together, and he said you can't notice it, but he still wants like $2,000 for it. So I don't think we're going to go that route. I've been saving up for this for a while, and I think we are about ready to pull the trigger. But nonetheless, let's jump in. We will listen, and I will follow along with you this Prime 1 showcase, and we're going to go through Lord of the Rings. We will go through Jurassic Park as well. I'm not sure if they threw the Terminator one in here. I know they threw Predator in. We may go through and kind of look at that too, and maybe break this up in a couple videos, because the actual showcase was about 2.5 hours long. So I know you guys don't want to sit here that long, so maybe we'll break it up into some more manageable videos. They've got a massive video game section, massive anime section. So, but I'm going to cut this down to kind of the things that I'm most interested in. And yeah, let's go ahead and kick it off real quick and see what these guys are pulling out for us. All right, here we go, guys.
The Lord of the Rings trilogy may very well go down in the annals of film
Witch King, Gimli,
as the greatest film
Legolas,
trilogy of all time. J.R.R. Tolkien's world building is second to none, and the execution of the films were a feast for any Tolkien fan. Up next are 2 figures any fan of the movies would love to have.
Look at the eye, like the eye work on Frodo. One ring to rule them all. When I say that, my wife always points at her ring. I've just noticed every one of these shots, or anytime the Cyber Hobbit, the Batman Cave guy, anytime they do these showcases on their channels, Man Cave, statue showcases, every time they get to the Prime 1 statues, it's different. They just do it different. And a lot of those guys will say, whichever piece they pick, when they have a favorite, they'll say, Prime 1 Studio, this is my favorite piece of my collection. Boromir, no. Look at the sweat. Look at the beads of sweat. 1/4 scale. Pretty big guy. Horn of Gondor. Balrog, Gandalf, slaying the Balrog. And you will have that little LED light on the tip of his staff. Of course, hat on or off, interchangeable. Insane. Bridge of Khazad-dûm. And look at the miniature fight on the very back. They're starting to do that a lot now, even with their Godzilla pieces, the Predator pieces. They have the small little scenes there on the back.
J.R.R. Tolkien's sweeping epic, The Lord of the Rings, is a grand tale of good versus evil, power and humility, magic and hope. Prime One Studio has delivered a number of characters from The Lord of the Rings in the past, and to add to this incredible collection, they bring 2 new statues today. First up is the favored son of Denethor II, the steward of Gondor, Boromir.
Gondor
Boromir
needs
was
no
a noble
king.
warrior, possessed of the passionate belief in the kingdom of men and the greatness it could yet achieve. He was loved by all, from his fellow soldiers to his father. Boromir joined the Fellowship of the Ring to watch over the ring-bearer, Frodo Baggins, against the forces of Sauron. Prime One Studio presents a painfully beautiful tribute to the tragic hero who sacrificed his life to
Honorable
protect the
dude.
hobbits in the Fellowship of the Ring. The skillful and artistic teams at Prime One Studio have taken great care in portraying Boromir, as played by the exceptional Sean Bean, at a pivotal moment.
Dirt
from
on the
Fellowship.
forehead.
In this action-packed statue, Boromir makes a stand on the grassy hills of Parth Galen, near the wooded hills of Amon Hen. He has fearlessly drawn his sword against the approaching Uruk-hai.
The
You
leaves
see
on the
many different
statue.
textures on each of the layered Gondorian garment that Boromir wears.
Oh, look at his
From
blood.
leather tunic to the fragile golden scrollwork of his undergarment to the metallic roughness of his chainmail armor. This statue is a love letter to the man who died a hero. Likewise, Prime One Studio's expert painters chose realistic tones to depict the golden locks, the subtle hues of his skin flushed with adrenaline, the blood from his wounds, and the trampled mud from
Damn.
the story of a long journey that was to end on this spot. In this scene, Boromir has already taken 2 of the Uruk-hai leader Lurtz's arrows, and is still fighting, giving Merry and Pippin the precious moments they need to escape. Boromir stands his ground on the slopes of Parth Galen, faithfully recreated by Prime One Studio to reflect the realistic gravel, tree roots, and leaves in the area. The back of the pedestal base features one of the statues at Amon Hen that serves as a reminder of an earlier age.
Nose broken off.
Boromir is an inspiring, courageous sight to behold. Stand against the forces of Sauron is the Istar sent to Middle-earth in the Third Age, the servant of the secret fire and the holder of the flame of Lenore, Gandalf the Grey. Gandalf was a Mire sent to Middle-earth to assist the growing number of people allied against the looming threat of Lord Sauron. He took the shape of an old man, which belied his great strength and power. Today, Prime One Studio brings you Gandalf the Grey, standing his ground in the dwarven halls of Khazad-dûm against a threat of immense proportions. Prime
Killer.
One Studio sculptors have really nailed the likeness of Surian McKellen in this stunning scene, with his flowing locks and billowy gray robes, holding aloft his magical staff and his sword Landring. Gandalf strikes a powerful pose meant to stop the evil that is advancing on him in its tracks. This statue of Gandalf is breathtaking to look at, as it is full of intricate detailing one has to see up close to believe. While crafted in polystone, the amazing artists at Prime One Studio have made Gandalf's hat seem made of felt.
Oh,
as
that
coarse
does.
as
It
a coarse
does.
woolen texture, as his staff appears to be hewn from the oldest wood. Looking like a wizened old wizard, Gandalf is capable of fantastic
Look at the blood
displays of
vessel in
power
the
that rivals
eyes.
The Balrog itself. And speaking of the Balrog, Gandalf makes his stand on a breathtaking base that is made from smoke, shadow, and fire. The stunning base features the great head of the Balrog, a Mire not unlike Gandalf himself, but who has taken the form of this evil being set against the courageous Istar wizard. Illuminated by LEDs, this base shows off
Those
a raging
eyes.
fire, billowing smoke, and a mini scene of the ensuing conflict. I tell you, this is the Gandalf statue to get, my friends. Official Prime 1 Studios social channels and their official website are the places to watch. To be able
That
to
guy
snap up
will
both
sell
these
out
incredible
quick.
The Lord of the Rings statues as soon as they are announced.
The Jurassic Park and Jurassic
Moving on,
World
Jurassic
series
World,
of
guys.
movies have cemented themselves in the collective consciousness of pop culture aficionados all over the world as the definitive, action-packed dinosaur experience. This year has brought the Saurian saga to a close with Jurassic World Dominion. Up next are 2 movies in the Jurassic series featuring characters that we ultimately love for scaring the bejesus out of us.
That great white back there in the mosasaur's mouth. This show has a huge DC section too, guys, if you're ready. At the end, they've got a ton. Like, look how long the DC Comics section is. Like I said, a little over 2 hours. Oh, getting a blue piece. And the baby. Killer collection. .1/6 scale. Big piece, nice. Pretty decent sized piece. I shared this just about a week ago on Twitter and Instagram. You guys are gonna like this if you haven't seen it yet. The little Mercedes look familiar? Ruh-roh. Look at this. I'd say you'll spend at least $2,000 on this one. Upwards, most likely.
This next level X is justified.
How massive that
with
is.
Jurassic reveals that will sure to thrill, as we have 2 sets of amazingly lifelike dinosaur action. With me are 2 breathtaking statues from both The Lost World Jurassic Park and Jurassic World Dominion.
Prime 1 is
First,
insane.
The Lost World Jurassic Park was one of the most highly anticipated films in 1997. As the follow-up to Jurassic Park, the film was loosely based on Michael Crichton's second book in the Jurassic Park series, The Lost World. A sequel to the highest-grossing film at the time, The Lost World Jurassic Park was a darker, science fiction action film set on the island of Isla Sorna, the second island that John Hammond's company, InGen, used to actually create the dinosaurs for the ill-fated theme park. For Next Level X, Prime 1 Studio would like to bring to you its most adoring fans.
I mean, look, Blue and Beta's pretty good size.
Jurassic Park T-Rex Cliff Attack. T-Rex Cliff Attack brings us to a pivotal moment in the film where Eddie Carr, equipment specialist and engineer, is trying to save Dr. Ian Malcolm and Dr. Sarah Harding from plummeting to their deaths into the cold, dark seas of Isla Sorna. Eddie gets into the vehicle to pull up Ian and Sarah, who are hanging off a cliff for dear life on a single rope, using the truck's winch. But
It's a
fate
rearview
has a
mirror.
completely different plan for Eddie, as a pair of adult Tyrannosaurus Rexes arrive on the scene to interrupt his rescue mission. Prime 1 Studio has chosen this
Oh.
tense, life or death situation as the moment to
The
immortalize
wetness of the
T-Rex
skin.
attack. Prime 1 Studio sculptors have composed an elaborate diorama scene, which finds 2 adult T-Rexes at the moment they realize that there's a delicious snack to be had inside this curious metal container. You, as the viewer, will be fully immersed in this pulse-pounding scene as you take in all the textures, colors, and environmental details of this breathtaking diorama. Each T-Rex was hand-sculpted by a master studio sculptor and imbued with powerful theropod life to elicit the exact emotions of a 15,000-pound, 40-foot dinosaur. In this diorama, they have been stalking and have walked up to a minuscule contraption, attracted by the noise.
Okay,
and
after
movement
Sauron,
inside.
I think I'm saving up and getting
While we
these
certainly
guys.
know what is about to transpire having seen the movie, this
I'm sold.
wonderfully rendered scene hangs between life and death. The T-Rex couple and the truck inhabit a lush, wet portion of Isla Sorna, situated dangerously close to a cliff, the very cliff Ian and Sarah should currently be hanging off of. Just look at the quality of the trees, the plants, mud, and water puddles. The way the glossy finish of the rain makes the scales and muscles of the T-Rexes look. The careful, exacting painting style of the studio is clearly evident in how well this moment is rendered. This
Incredible.
fantastic diorama is finished off with a wonderful platform depicting fossilized dinosaur skeletons encased within the earth, where they were less dangerous.
Look at those roots.
Next, we fast forward in time to the Jurassic Saga's ultimate chapter, Jurassic World Dominion. This science fiction action epic thrilled fans the world over when it brought together the OG cast from Jurassic Park with the new hotshots of Jurassic World. In this thrilling conclusion to the Jurassic World trilogy, we encounter an older Blue.
Incredible
Owen
scale
Bailey's
work again.
Most loved and trusted Velociraptor with an adorable surprise of her own. Prime 1 Studio is incredibly proud to bring you a heartwarming vignette into the life of one of the saga's most fan-favorite dinosaurs, Jurassic World Dominion, Blue and Beta. In this impressive and quaint diorama from the blockbuster movie, the highly intelligent Velociraptor Blue, named Sulfur the Telltale, unique blue strap along her body, stops in a North America forest to survey her surroundings. If you remember, we last saw Blue in Jurassic World.
Snow has a little sparkle
right
to
after
it.
She escaped the nefarious clutches of Ellie Mills and his illegal schemes and ran off into the wilderness. 4 years after the events of the last film, Blue found herself in a boreal forest with her adorable baby, Beta. Here we see Beta observing her mother carefully for cues on how to behave and how to regard the unfamiliar.
Awesome
environment.
piece. I mean, people will definitely be after the T-Rexes quicker, I think, but
believe the amount of intricate detailing this statue.
nice detail.
You can see every scale and wrinkle. The lifelike painting of these figures is impeccable. Whether they pick T-Rex, cliff attack,
I just can't believe
Blue
how
and Beta,
massive that
or
is.
both, all over the world, fans of Jurassic Park will come to love these cool dioramas from The Lost World, Jurassic Park, and Jurassic World Dominion.
To learn about pre-order and release dates, make sure to stay tuned to all of Prime 1 Studios' social channels and official website.
All right, guys, and I'll go ahead and leave you there. Just wanted to jump in and show you what I'm interested in right now, and hopefully you guys come back and we'll do some more of these Prime 1 videos. Absolutely my favorite statue studio. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to smash the like button if you end up enjoying this video, and subscribe to keep up with some more of this nerd content. And if I do get that Sauron ordered, probably here in the next month or two, we will do an unboxing, and I'll actually show you guys how it's set up and how big it actually is. And I'm probably going to have to get its own table. And but yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thank you. I'm SDN Wolf, and I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.